The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Get ready, so get set, so hang on, so buckle up, so sit tight, so strap yourself in, so brace yourself, so keep your eyes open, so fasten your seatbelt, so stick around, so hang on, so get ready. You just have to be ready. Brace yourself. What you're about to see will open your eyes. The surprises never stop. So you better hang on. So get ready. So fasten your seatbelt. So hold on tight. So hang on. So get ready to get ready. And get ready to get real.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Clickety-click.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform. This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary. I say, moo. This is a public service announcement from the Ceiling Fan Man Show. Just remember, between Now, after Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's a lot of people out there driving. Be careful driving, because there's a lot of drunk men, and that means their wives have to drive them home.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow, everybody. Hey, wow. It's Friday night. My machine's already messing up, but that's okay. We'll figure it out together. But so grateful to have you all here with us tonight. I have a special guest again tonight, which is wonderful because I don't know. I think the turkey tryptophan is still kicked in because I'm a little bit sleepy. It was quite a long day yesterday. Here, let me turn my clickety-click camera on here. If the button will work. Oh, nothing seems to be working, but it will get through it. I'm not concerned. Let's see.
Clickety-click.
There we go. Hey, everybody. Good to be seen by you all. And yeah, so we had a huge Thanksgiving here. We invite our children over and said, well, you know what? Let me bring Rose on, and then we can kind of discuss Thanksgiving, and we'll get into the show. I hate to have her sitting backstage. And I don't have Rose. I don't have an intro for you anymore. I'm having issues with my computer, and so I deleted all kinds of stuff to try to make it so it runs better ever since the Windows 11 kicked in. So what do I have to introduce you? I don't have anything. Well, I'll just bring you in with a click, I guess. We'll just do the click.
Clickety-click.
Hello. Oh, because of the background, you couldn't see my jazz hands.
Oh.
But I came in with some jazz hands.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Who doesn't love some jazz hands?
If I put my fingers close to my head and do dance moves like this, then it will pick it up. So I have to remember that any dancing I do has to be within this area.
No worries.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm trying to hit buttons and they're not working.
Someone's going to take a...
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Look at that. Drop came in like 10 minutes too late. What is happening here? I don't understand it. This one's weird because it seems like it's going across YouTube fine, but the actual StreamYard studio is just a mess tonight. So we'll get to it. We'll figure it out.
I just want to say that I had a goal for myself because I love typing and I love communicating with good spirits, good people. And so during the length of your intro, I tried to make sure I said hello to every single person. So if I didn't say hi to you while the intro was playing, I am so sorry and just very saddened because that was my goal. So I hope that everyone during the intro got a hello from me. Why are you looking like I'm being sorry?
No, I'm agreeing with you. It's just hopefully everyone got a rose hello. Okay. So just in case you missed anyone, she meant to say it to everyone. You forgot whose show you're on. You say the wrong word, and next thing you know, you'll end in Valhalla. Oh wait, Valhalla.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
He doesn't look like he's of the Valhalla descent, and the thing he was blowing isn't that more like the ram? Never mind.
It's a shofar like this, and I have to be careful because when I blow this one on the show, everyone's dog and cats hate it, including my own, and then I get in trouble later, and people write me. So I'll probably do it later.
No, those things are scary, and it's what made me. I mean, I remember being I was dragged into the temple, and they blew that thing, and I left screaming into the parking lot with my mom chasing me, and I never went back again until my brother's 13-year-old bar mitzvah. And he was born when I was 13, so basically, I didn't get back into a temple for 26 years since the incident.
Wow. That's wild. Yeah. And that's one of the things. So real quick, we have a lot of new people that are watching me. So let me go through, I guess, I'll go through the history of how Rose ended up on the screen. So here, let's do this one. Maybe this one. And in fact, if you listen close enough, that song is by the Lemonheads. It's called Ceiling Fan in My Spoon. And it was actually the first song that I ever used when I started my ceiling fan show. And it was sent to me by a gentleman. He obviously used to be in my chats all the time, and he sent me that and said, "Hey, you got to listen to this." So then I used it, and then of course one day when I finally the YouTube hierarchy, whatever, decided I'm allowed to be monetized, which you know is a joke. It's what, like 2 cents for every 100,000 views. I don't know. It's something, but it's a few shekels, as they say in our tribe. Okay, all right. We whatever. And so once I got monetized, then of course I got struck for the song, and I couldn't use it anymore. And then that other song, the one that I have as my intro now, it just showed up. I went into the YouTube free music. That's when I first learned about it. And I found that song, and the rest is history. So, right? Bellissima. Yeah, my intro, it's perfect for me. So I'm just not going to change it.
I love it.
And then, of course, when I originally did it, it was I used to walk around and do videos before I was going live. And
Are you telling me?
The audience.
You're there.
You can interject as needed.
I was there.
You were. That's what I'm saying. I'm explaining how we met. Okay, so I would do the walk arounds, and of course I started with the drops because I had to on my phone I had to send it to myself, and I had to do it in 2-minute intervals. So there was all these little breaks in my video, and I threw things in there. In any case, then fast forward to where my wife told me I should go live. And I said, I don't know. I don't really want to go live, and I don't want to get logged into a day where I'd have to go. And next thing you know, here I am doing it live. And I think you were on the first show or within the first show. And everything was crashing, even worse than they are now. And I distinctly, we've talked about it before. I said, this isn't my thing. And you were there to say, slap me around and say, no, this is your thing, right? Something you say way better, but yeah, you told me that I should do this because I was going to be good at it.
Yes, because in a nutshell, if Ceiling Fan Man wasn't such a good person who's on the path of truth and goodness and correctness, he has such a great talent that he very well could have gone in a different direction on the path to fame because of his skills of being so funny and comedic and able to do characters and connecting with his audience. But instead, he's doing this because he's a good person.
That's really sweet of you to say. What do I have for that? I don't know.
True.
Oh yeah, we can throw this up at this.
That's very true.
See, I told you I'm tired. Thanksgiving was just like ridiculous yesterday, exhausting. But
Yeah.
let's finish up this little story here. So basically, Rose and I we grew up in the same kind of groups. That weird side of the internet where everyone thinks that you're looking into everything is crazy. You look into them, and we grew up together. Yeah, same house and everything. Yeah, no. But we did kind of in the same area. We both grew up in Californian areas,
Yeah.
and we
Ate
were
the
both
same foods,
right.
you
We
know,
had the same foods. We were
same
forced
foods from the same area, like the same
right,
grocery stores.
right. We probably bumped into each other and didn't realize it. So,
For
but in any
sure.
case, oh my God, bag your face for sure.
Oh my God.
Like, totally.
Can you imagine?
So, in any case, fast forward, we went through all these different groups, and I've talked about some of them, and I don't know, we're kind of the last people standing. Like we still have always talked, and I think one of the connections that we have is because we both were born or grew up in Jewish faith. I got bar mitzvah, you got bat mitzvah. I mean, we had to learn. Oh, you didn't?
I
You didn't do
rejected
it.
it. I saw that there was something deeply wrong with only believing in half of a story from the beginning.
Wow. See that I was so out of it. They didn't even tell me I was reading the Bible when I was reading the Torah. So I didn't even know I was reading it.
I had a born again stepmother, remember? But
Oh, that's right.
the
That's
problem
right.
is that my Jewish mother, I grew up with her telling me how crazy my stepmother was, but my intuition told me that my stepmom was not crazy or bad. And I had a connection with her on a more deep moral level, whereas my biological mother, she always gave me what I wanted in terms of like, clothing and but it was more surface level, or like if we were going to get into a deep topic, representing the American values that would more be better described as the tenets of Satanism, not to get intense so early in the show. But, the American dream today is like me, consumerism. But then my stepmom, so the mockery of the born again Christians that came into my life. And it's not just my stepmom, but it's also you and my best friend Kelsey, all the best people I know that I look up to, paid attention to not just the Old Testament, but the New Testament, whether it was from childhood or someone that had a transformative experience later in life, like my stepmom and you.
Dang. Okay. Yes. Here we'll just
That's very true.
So I'm a little bit off on it. I'll get there. I'll get a little quicker on the buttons here. But yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So I really do believe. Fast forward. Let's just get finish this out.
Sorry.
Reason that I feel God at least is using me and possibly you in the same way now, because we were brought up to not believe in any of this stuff that we now understand to be true. And so, what better way to use a vessel as myself, coming from the Jewish perspective, to be able to say, no, I've realized that the Bible's real and Christ is the truth and the way and the life. And so, it's quite a leap of faith, literally, but it's made everything fit into place. And so, I truly believe that's maybe why we're being used in this way. So.
Interesting that you were forced to be bar mitzvahed and it made you not be interested in religion because you're being forced. And also you're being taught how to go like, ooh, yeah. But then you don't know what you're saying and you just kind of move on. And then meanwhile, I'm over here and they give me the choice because honestly, the Jews don't care much if the girls get bat mitzvah. They just
That's
let
just
you.
absolutely, that's true.
far you can get puppets fed, but they really care about the boys, and I know because my little brother was treated completely different. But I
Yeah.
was like, I want to do it now, especially because I want to understand the truth, and I never got to learn the stories, as a child. Because when you learn the stories of the Bible as a child, they stick with you just like any other Hercules or nursery rhyme. And so I kind of resent that nobody took the time to at least explain to me. I mean, I learned more about Adam and Eve from you, and I'm 40. So we'll say the earliest 35 years old when we met was when I'm really starting to thinking it's a little bit more than, oh, they had leaves and then they realized they were naked and because she ate the apple. There's so much more. And I'm rambling. You continue. Did we finish talking about how we met? But I think because we both we both we're both on the same path, but you're a little bit ahead of me, so you're kind of like an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, nice. I like that. Now,
Obi-Wan
which one? Are we
Kenobi.
talking the old one from the old movies, or are we talking the cool one from the crappier movies where he was like a badass Jedi?
I don't know, and I'm not bringing
Liam
up Star
Neeson?
Wars because I don't know anything about it. I don't know any. I'm not a nerd like
Maybe
that.
that's like a Jen. I should be what's his name? Ethan Hawke. I don't know. I'm totally out of it now. But in
Me
any
too.
case, I love my movie and TV references. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's move on here. From here, let's see. We'll switch gears here. That's my super friends. Okay, so let's see where are we at. I think we should just kind of file into it, and we'll see where it goes, and go from there. So, and if anybody has any questions for us, please let me know. And I see Algo's in here. The old one was wise. That's true. That's true. We're back into Star Wars for a second. Yes, the old one was wise. Yes, you're right. But the new one had the higher ground, and he defeats Darth Vader. Anyways, we're off on a tangent.
Right. I'm excited. You don't have to get into it right away, so you're in charge of when we talk about this. But I've been so excited to talk about Psalm 23 at some point.
Here's what we'll do. I've got some talk about some stuff happening. I've got some buildings we like to look at, and then I've got, of course, the scary space news, and then we get into some spirituality stuff. So we'll throw it in there somewhere. Don't forget it. Absolutely.
Okay, so God's wrath, space fraud, and we'll get into it and more.
Absolutely.
God's wrath, space fraud, and more. Here we go. And little season, especially the little season. You got to break it down. We got to get it.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah. And it's funny, when you put little season in the title, I'm finding you get a lot more views. So, hey, I'll throw it in there for the algorithm. I've talked about it. I talked about little season. I realized I looked at some old shows. Back when I used to do shows with Steve JMO, he and I did a Bible study for a few years, and we would go over passages and stuff.
I thought that's what we were going to be talking about. That's the only reason why I'm here. I'm just kidding. I thought it was going to be a little season show. No, I'm sure it will come up.
Yeah.
We
will do it.
Pizza.
All right. And then there's some late people. So if you're tardy, if you feel tardy, then
I don't feel tardy.
All right. So let's kick some tabs out of here, and maybe my computer will work better than it is. And I'll go up here. Okay. I wanted to start with this one because I just found it funny. And you know what? I got to say, Rose, God is just working miracles. And if you watch for them, they're all around. And a friend of mine, I don't have many, but a friend of mine, he wasn't going to be here for Thanksgiving, but he makes this really cool multiple bean dip, avocado, cheese. It's amazing. It's really delicious. And he brought it by anyways. On his way out of town, he's going to go visit his family. And he says to Jeannie and I, check this out. He goes, so all that stuff about flat earth, I just want you to know, he was questioning why we only see one side of the moon. And he said to us, I'm starting to think that you two are not so crazy. So that's a win, right? That's a win.
Yeah, just anyone who's willing to not hate your guts and, be open-minded and also willing to kind of say, I'm sorry in that way. That's a huge win. That is amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, we were both thrilled. So it was like one of the great. As soon as he left, we were like, yes.
Yeah.
And all he said was, "I'm thinking you're not as crazy." So okay, we're getting closer to sane. I can deal with that. So yeah, it's pretty great. So okay, but that's what made me think of this video when it came up. Check this out. This is how it would go probably if our kids were a school age still.
Mom, so is the Earth a circle or a sphere?
Some say it's flat.
Mom, this is a test.
Oh, well, in that case, just put down a sphere.
Mom, what year was the moon landing?
That never happened.
Mom.
What did you learn in history today?
I learned about the French president and his wife, Brigitte Macron.
His wife, huh? Okay, can you list some pronouns for me?
She, her, hers, he, him, his.
And pronouns always line up with what?
Biology.
Biology, that's right.
Mom, did you know JFK was shot by one lone shooter called Lee Harvey Oswald?
It was not one guy. Never mind.
Mom,
Right?
That is the way it would be if your child was in public school, which is why it's so sad, because a lot of parents, they're not able to homeschool their kids because they work. And so the public school is essentially acting like a daycare. So you have to still homeschool them, because when they get home, it's like, what did you learn at school? How do I correct what you were taught? How do I remind you that it's the Electoral College that seats the president, and that's why they call it a polling place instead of a voter's place?
Trying to
Yada yada.
see you. I'm trying to see you. My again, my computer's locked up. Oh
You
my
are
God.
frozen. Yeah. You can't see me?
I can. No, I'm.
We can see Rose though.
I know. I might have to dip out and come back into my stream. Can you hold the fort and not say anything crazy for a minute?
No, there's no way I can hold the fort.
Well, it'll just be a second. I'll just come out and go back in. So.
How can I possibly entertain people without you?
I'll
Jeannie can
just
see
I'll
me.
be right back. I'll just
No,
jump
I'm
out
sorry. I'm
and
making a
back in.
joke. You can't see me, but Jeannie can. She should have told you just to go and fix it.
Well, I'm
because
trying, but I won't even let me do that.
I'm being funny over here and definitely holding down the fort.
What is going on?
I feel like there's nothing I can say to make you happy while you're trying to figure it out. So let's
Dear
do
Lord
it.
Jesus, please help me with this show.
Shout out to the Culticon. What's up? And we have so many people here. I couldn't even capture. Trish Clark is here. We have so many great, wonderful people. Should I hold down the fort by talking about Psalm
Yes,
23?
you're doing fine. If you can hear me. Can you hear me?
I can totally hear you. You're just
Weird.
if it's any consolation, you were frozen in a nice way. You didn't get frozen with a weird face, like that you were in excruciating pain or having an itch that you couldn't reach. So you're doing great with. And so, hello everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And I wanted to tell Ceiling Fan recently about how I read this paper written by a psychologist who studied psychiatrists. Because obviously, if you're a psychologist, you know what's going on in the psychiatry world, and you're interacting with them when you're doing clinical observations. And there's a very interesting man named Jerry.
Here.
Hi.
Yeah,
You're here. You're back, and your mouth is moving with your voice at the same time.
You can hear me.
And we're both touching our chins.
But what's weird is
And pronouns always.
you're playing that video in the background. I can't get rid of it.
Okay, I think we should both click the back button. And come in.
I got it.
You figured it out? Your mic and speakers was being used by an alternate program. Is that the problem?
No, it froze on that video I played, and it wouldn't stop playing it, and all I heard was that. And anyways, nobody needs to listen to all this, but yeah, so we're back.
You're here now, but I did tease my thing I wanted to talk about, but we don't have to finish the topic yet now that you're back.
Thank you. Well, the reason I'm here is because
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
Oh, now you're frozen, but in a very the way that you're frozen now is kind of like someone who's trying to take cool yearbook photos where they're looking off into the distance like they're having a great time.
I got nowhere else to go. I got nowhere else to go.
See, now I have no idea if it's that you're hearing him or you're hearing me. I don't know what's going on. Did anyone hear me start to talk about
Oh my
the
gosh, I don't know what to do. We'll just keep going. We'll go as far as we can.
Why don't we ask the chat what they're experiencing and have them give us advice on how to proceed? We're not listening to
They're
them.
experiencing all the glitches that's happening on this end, but we'll get through it. Let's finish this up. I'm sorry, everyone. We'll figure it out.
Maybe it's not as bad as it seems.
Here, sweetheart. Okay. I thought, well, I'll try some of these. So this was Kash Patel, and they had some people like to say it's an FF. I don't even like saying those words out loud. Look it up. Type of flags, and they had a shooting or bang bang, I guess you're supposed to say on YouTube, with some National Guardsmen. And I didn't tell you because I don't want to ruin your Thanksgiving. And because we have some kids, we have 2 children in National Guard, so I didn't tell Jeannie. But so they capture. Jeannie says she gets her news from me. So they capture this guy, and then after they supposedly captured him, Kash Patel goes and does this press conference.
See behind me, we have assembled the full force of both the federal and state and local law enforcement agencies to bring bear all of our resources to make sure we find the perpetrators responsible for this heinous act. And make no mistake, they will be brought to justice.
They already caught him. I mean, they make this new season of actors look so ridiculous. You know, he's going to go out he's probably still hunting for Charlie Kirk's alleged person. But yeah, he's still, no, Wendy, you invoked Valhalla, and I appreciate that. But every time I hit one of these, it's killing the stream. So let me wait and see, and we'll try. I appreciate the Valhalla, Wendy. Oh shoot. Okay, so now are you still there, Rose?
Valhalla! I will see you across the Rainbow Bridge.
Okay, we're gonna try it because you guys keep invoking Valhalla. I'll try it, but if the thing crashes,
I didn't invoke anything. I'm just being dramatic.
Well, I know, but 2 people have invoked Valhalla.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk.
That's enough. I'm afraid. And somebody pointed out last week he actually blows it backwards. It's kind of funny.
But
yes.
I feel like I would be a better thing if I'm not trying to inject myself. I'm just saying that I've really liked music that is about, glorious victory, overcoming obstacles. And I feel like I could give her, I know how to say Valhalla the best.
Okay, well, let me clear some tabs and we'll hit it later, and then we'll see if the show doesn't crash.
Okay, because I can say Valhalla instead of crashing the show. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, but it gotta go with the clip and the blow. I put in those sound effects.
I'll get a helmet and we'll regroup next show.
Okay, you'll redo. Okay, sounds good. See, that works for me. Yeah, read the room. All right, let me get back in here. Let's get some of this stuff up here. Clickety click. Here we go. Here. Okay. And they say, give them, was it bread and circus, and they don't revolt? Anybody capture this moment where Roger Goodell, I think he's the guy that runs the NFL, he blew his nose and wiped it on a handicapped girl with one leg?
Donations to make sure that not only
I mean, come on, what level of hell is that? Just one leg.
Sure that not only do the kids who visit there
How dare she only have one leg? I mean, who does that?
So, okay. Am I being pessimistic? I apologize. Am I being pessimistic?
I don't think you're being pessimistic. If you want, I can go to a dictionary and a thesaurus and come out with other more accurate adjectives, but I think you'd rather continue with your tabs.
Let's go with our tabs. That is what the rich think of us, Joy. Yes, yeah, they wipe their boogers on us. That's just so wrong. That whole thing, everything about that. Yeah, yeah. And somebody, what is it, Joy? The Campbell Soup exec. Did you hear what he said? The ex Campbell Soup
Yeah,
executive came out.
he said,
Said
I
that
would
they
never eat that now that I know what's in it, and it's for poor people.
yeah 3D printed meat. He said they've been doing forever. Who knew?
Yeah,
So
that I think he might in the future say like, "Oh, I was just being like super exaggerating," and they might find out that it's not actually 3D printed because it 3D printed is probably good compared to what it really is. So he would rather say 3D printed,
you're
right?
probably right. Yeah,
Right.
you know what? I'm afraid, but let's do this. I don't want to invest in this thing. Let's see. I'll give you one of these for what you
True.
just said.
Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, that worked. Okay, good. So maybe they're back online. It's like Star Trek. The main engines are back online. Okay. And I pulled this out of the screen share because I wanted to
Thank you,
highlight
Quilty Con.
my friend Connor here. God bless you. So
God
yeah,
bless
and
you.
if you do enjoy the stream, you could hit the like button, share, subscribe if you like. There are ways you can support the channel. There's links in the descriptions, and then of course there's my wife's lovely soap store. And if you haven't seen that already, I'm sure Trisha's already put it in there a few times.
I
But
love it. Love the
it looks
soap. I have it in my shower and at my sink. And it lasts a long time. Other people who make soap, they don't really know what they're doing. And sometimes it will like disintegrate. Jeannie knows what I'm talking about because she had to have gone through the process of learning. And maybe she once had soap that disintegrated, but not this soap now because she's perfected it. And not only is it so yummy to the senses and does a good job cleaning and exfoliating, but then it doesn't disintegrate and it lasts a long time. So you get a lot of value.
You know, I'm told that I'm two things with this soap. I'm the shipping department and the advertising department, and I don't think I've said a commercial for this soap yet as good as what you just said. Did you hear what she said, hon?
Yeah.
And you see your number one soap sold out. You got to work on that. That's her most. Jan Skaggs did, yes, yeah. Your number one soap sold out. You got to work on that, honey.
Yeah, well, because that happens, you got to make sure that everybody signs up for a newsletter so that they know when things are back in stock.
Ooh, well, you know what? I'll have my people call your people.
Yes, your people will. My people will make it happen for you. You don't even need people.
Who are these people? Oh shoot! Oh, thanks, Algo. At least I'm good at shipping. He says, Jeannie.
At least you get what you paid for.
All right. And I've talked about this. I have discussed it, Jovi. One of these days, I'll have to make a soap commercial. So,
Oh, that would be the perfect reason for me to come visit you. We could meet somewhere at a neutral location and film the commercial together.
Okay, we'll work on that. Okay, let's get back into where we were.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Tabs. Put the tabs up. Clickety click.
I'm working on it. One of these clicks.
Because I've got things to do. Psalm 23, saying the word Valhalla.
I'm going fast. Okay, as fast as I can for me. I just want, this show's about PSAs, like the original joke. I wanted everyone to be careful. You can now be racist about hair. Did you know this, Rose?
I'm so glad you're bringing this up. I'll have to comment afterwards, okay?
Okay.
PA Human Relations Commission. The same would happen for our bill because now hair discrimination is part of the protected class of race, which is in the PA Human Relations Act. So they can call their statewide Pennsylvania Human Relations Commission, and there are also satellite offices all across the state.
Okay, so let's make sure. Be careful out there, people. Don't be victim of hair discrimination. Where's my thing? That's a really scripted show. Let's try it.
But there was a better. There was a better clip though. Okay, did you see? Can you hear me?
I'm yes. There
you go. Did you see the clip of Michelle Obama telling everyone to stop bothering her about her hair? and she was talking about how she needed to get her braids and stuff and how she needed to do certain things to make white people happy. You didn't see this?
No.
Okay, it's
I've
so
only
much
seen the ones where the audio has been altered and makes like
okay.
I have this picture.
I
Is it
can't-
this picture you're talking about? Let's see. Clickety click. Let's see. Where'd it go? This one?
Hold on, I'm already trying to pull it up on my. No, not that. Not that would be ironic if it was that.
That's big money.
She talks about like hair freedom and the power of her hair identity, and how she has to spend so much time in her life making her hair straight for white people, but she's sitting there with the straight hair, and she doesn't have to do that. If she wanted, she could have curly hair, but it was just really weird. And I don't want to make you watch the clip, but people could look it up. And it was Michelle Obama complaining that white people were making her have straight hair, and so
we were forcing her to do it.
Yeah, like that they have to conform to white people's standards. But I understand protective braiding, because when your hair dreads naturally, when you put it in braids and you get it all oiled up, you can protect your hair so that it can grow longer. So that's protective hair wear. So I do agree that people should be allowed to wear their hair braids. Now, here's the problem. What I just said is fair. You should be able to wear your hair braids if it's protective hair braiding. So if I wanted to braid my hair, nobody should call it cultural appropriation, because my fro and dreading hair deserves it. But people shouldn't act like they're being forced to do it, and they shouldn't act like you can just have any crazy hairstyle. So what I think what happened is that someone came in to work with a hairstyle that was absolutely freaking ridiculous, and they're calling it hair discrimination and ruining it for everyone else.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank you. I only wish I could see their ridiculous, whatever hairstyle started this whole thing. I really wish I could see it, because it probably had feathers and neon hair, neon colors. It probably looked like a flamingo with a rainbow on top. I could only imagine. But most people who wear protective hair braiding would never start a controversy. No one would care. Nobody cares, right? Do you?
I love talking to you. All right, let's move on. I got a lot of bullet points to get through. You like that? I made that one.
Longer, but we have stuff to do, and you keep making me have fun.
But the thing is they can't be any longer. If they're longer than so many seconds, you get a copyright strike on the song. So that's
right. You're very convenient. All right, back to the tabs. Clickety click.
Okay, here we go. Clickety click. We'll go here.
I'm doing them for you so you don't freeze your show. I have them memorized.
Thank you. That's very sweet of you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go up here. And I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention. Did you know that Valentina Vasilieva is a Russian peasant from the 18th century? She holds the world record for the most children born to one woman, with a total of 69 children from 27 pregnancies between 1725 and 1765. Her births include 4 sets of quadruplets, 7 sets of triplets, and 16 sets of twins. I want to see a younger picture of her.
Okay, me too. But the way that you coughed, I thought you were strategically coughing to insinuate that you think she's a man, but those were real coughs.
No, those were strategic coughs.
You're not
Go with your first instinct. Didn't they teach you that in school? The first answer is usually the correct answer.
Okay, because twins do run genetically. Twins run in my family. My great grandfathers were twins. My aunt, my dad's 2 sisters were twins. And one of those twins, one of my aunts who's a twin, had twins, my 2 cousins. And I recently met someone who has a twin brother and then another set of twins. So people who have twins, it's like they can't stop having twins.
Really? All right.
Must be something about them. But that I'm not saying that that's true here. I think that that is probably a man, and they're lying about every single one of those children.
I have no idea. I'm just reporting the news. Okay. But I do want to see a younger picture of this woman. Just saying. All right, what's next? This this is Princess Stephanie of Monaco.
What?
I just wanted to showcase her earrings. Do you know I had to run this through 2 AI programs to make sure this is a real photo? Go look her up. That's Princess Stephanie.
Her? Without the earrings,
That
though.
is the biggest troll on the internet, and it's some guy from like National Lampoon's Vacation or something. I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
I'm sorry, but that I don't know what to say. Those earrings are too big. Let's move on.
Okay, there we go. That's what I thought you'd say. Meanwhile, check this out, Rose. You grew up at least close to when I did. Straight men in the 80s and the gayest men in the 80s. What is wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
Remember this glam rock? Oh my gosh. We just accepted it, right?
Well, I was born in 1985, so I was 10 years old in 1995. So that had pretty much ended it from my personal experience. But I was young enough to be aware of it and thinking, what is this stuff? What was that?
That's true. I forget. There's quite a difference there. But you're a child of the 90s. But our music was still kind of wafting around, I guess, like a bad odor in the 90s.
Yeah, and like Eye of the Tiger was still that was on every single commercial.
Oh my God. That song is only good in that one movie, and that's it. They played it ad nauseum. It's ridiculous. So, all right, what's next?
What movie?
Rocky 3, I think it was. And I've covered this. I did a show, and it's still on my channel. It was with Joey Rocha. You remember him. And we discussed the fakeness of volcanoes because he worked for Expedia and he worked on the Big Island of Hawaii. And the first thing he did when he got there, he's like, hey, I want to go see the volcano and see the lava shooting out. And they laughed at him. They're like, it's just for tourists. It doesn't shoot out like that. It's just smoke. And sure, once again, here's a volcanic ash erupting from, apparently there's been a bunch. There was Ethiopia had one that had never blown up before in several hundred or thousand years, and it's gone, but it's just, again, smoke coming out, smoke and ash. Mexico, Indonesia, Hawaii. So there's a lot of volcanoes. And then, of course, in the article, you get this one. Volcanic ash from Russia's volcanoes blowing east expected to reach how much? 33.
33.
See, it's all just smoke. And the same thing with Mount St. Helens out here. When it blew up, it was all just smoke.
I really do feel like it's like a chemical reaction explosion because the earth is constantly producing, like the earth is alive. So it's like constantly producing things. Like the oil is the blood.
I agree with you. There is something that's creating that, and it is heat and so forth. But if it was truly lava like they describe in where it shoots out and stuff, it would collapse on itself. If it's hotter and melting the rock around it, there's no reason it doesn't melt the cone too. There's so much about it, and we go into perlite and all these different things. If anyone has a chance, you can watch it. It's called The Volcano Hoax.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Have you ever seen a bit of lava roll over different things, like an iPhone or a cup, an aluminum can? It's crazy.
Yeah.
To watch it overcome things.
Okay. And then this one, wait. Well, I'll try this. Hopefully we won't have but this news comes from New Zealand. And I can only do that if we recognize our friends down under.
Crikey! It's news for Australians, mate. Good day. Here's your news. Straight from Australia. We once were a prison colony, and now we got separated into many colonies. I've lost my accent. Crikey! Those look mountainous. Oh. Wow! You'll have to learn not only to drive on the wrong side of the road, but upside down. Bonza!
Kia
Oh,
Ora.
What's really bizarre about this, what's happening to me tonight, is it goes off on YouTube correctly, but in my studio that I'm watching, the video literally just stops, and I kind of have to guess where it is. And I can't hear you now because now you're muted.
Oh my, that's a weird glitch. I hope that we can resolve that.
Well, I've already got out of the studio twice and it hasn't, so I'm gonna just
later we'll figure it out so it never happens again for the rest of your life.
right. I like it. I like where you're at with that. So we'll just muddle through. We'll make it work.
We
It seems like
will.
the audience is doing okay.
I hope so. How you doing, audience? We love you so much. Appreciate you being here. This is the best place to be on Friday night. It really is, and I'm so thankful that you invited me.
Oh, that's of course my pleasure too.
That's very true.
Okay. Let's see. Where should we go from here? Go back into some of these tabs, and clickety click. We'll go here, here. Let's see. Okay, so we were talking about this. This is in New Zealand. Apparently, overnight, waterfalls appeared in this mountain called Pass Fiordland, and motorists were stunned this morning to discover dozens of thin silver white waterfalls cascading down a rock that was dry days ago. And but yeah, isn't that interesting? Just like overnight, all these waterfalls come down this mountain. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was putting my face really up close to the screen, and I didn't want you to have to see my flaring nostrils. But that is absolutely gorgeous.
Larger, like she said. There, do that. And I've covered this before. Some of these waterfalls and Niagara Falls and stuff, they really don't have a good explanation as to where the constant flow of water comes from in the narratives that we're given. Rainfall and snowfall, whatever, melt and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I also want to bring up about water. There is primary water below the mantle. Most wells only go down to a certain level, but people have found that if you go deep enough, you can reach primary water that is it's pure and produced from the earth, so you don't have to worry about it picking up any toxins from being traveling over the surface of the earth. There's actually real healing water deep down below, and they don't want people to know about it. They want to keep it a secret. They want people to keep drinking the toxic water. But if people all learned how in their communities to have like one big well that went deep down, then it's free from the things that are happening in the up there that I don't know if you want me to say the name of it, that everyone knows is happening.
But yes, I agree. In well water, we have well water by God's grace, and it's amazing. It's so much different.
Yeah.
Especially without all that fluoride in it. So, okay, that's enough of that Australian news. This was brought up. I read my comment section every week, and so I went through it, and someone mentioned, because I've been talking like everyone about the Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, all that stuff. And someone in the chat, did you know this, Rose? I didn't know this. There was an Erica Kirk in the 60s. Her name, she just died in 2003. And she looks strikingly similar to the other Erica Kirk, doesn't she?
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's so interesting how there are all these doppelgangers from the past. I remember seeing a doppelganger of Nicolas Cage from like the early 1800s.
Yeah, I played those last week, I think, a bunch of those. And yeah.
Then I guess that's where I saw it from.
But yeah, so isn't that something? So same name, they look very similar. And there's all this mystery around her because she was the governor's wife of Florida. But when he got in the office, he was single, and then they met on a blind date and got married right away or something. They called her Madam X for a while. Everything goes back to X. You notice that? Our whole everything in our society is turning to X.
Madam X is nefarious and villainous and seductively manipulated, right?
What's that?
You didn't hear anything I just said?
You said something was manipulative and seductive, but I didn't hear what.
Anything with X. Like, think about it. Like bad movies that have inappropriate content is rated X. So you just it's like neurolinguist programming. I'm going to turn camera off for just a second to just take a little bite of
That's right. And when Elon, when he bought Twitter, he changed it to X, and it's sort of Wild West if you're looking for horrible content. So, anyways, I just thought this was one more just weird coinky dink. That there's another Erica Kirk with a lot of weirdness around her that looks real similar to our Erica Kirk that we ours, but yeah.
Belongs to us, ours.
And Scott says now excavators are sus.
The new mascot for the perfect grieving woman.
Don't tell my grandson, he loves watching excavators, so that they're sus. Okay, what's next?
Pigeons.
Just the people that why is he so large? What is going on with people? I'm not body shaming, but this doesn't look like a normal neck to me. Not that there's wrinkles or anything, but the length of it. And no, I checked it out with AI imaging and stuff. That's the way she is.
It's like AI.
It does, but I check everything. You can do it right here. You can do it with Grok. You go, Grok, is this real? Let's see.
I wonder if she was one of those people that put those rings around her neck to extend it, like they do in Africa. Like every 6 months, she adds one more ring.
Maybe. I just have to say yes or no.
I think that we should just invite her onto the show and ask her ourselves.
Nobody comes on my show. Why? Maybe not.
Well, what am I, job liver?
You are. I know. I knew you were going to do that. The job liver. Now they're saying no. I don't know. You can ask Grok, and he, she, whatever, will keep changing its mind. But it's just very odd these photos that I'm seeing. So let's go off of this one for a second and say, okay, maybe this has been adjusted. What about this?
Of celebrity hands went viral. It's because I'm right. It's because a majority of the population know that this is absolutely abnormal. You're telling me this hand transformation is just from weight loss? Guys, come on. I don't think so. You people act like I don't have aunts and uncles and grandparents and great-grandparents and sisters and moms and me. We all age. My hands have never changed. This is not... What the heck? And a lot of you also mentioned age. I mean, let's be honest. How much could Hailey Bieber have possibly aged between this picture and peep the hands and this picture? Let's be honest. And I'm not talking about fingernails. I'm talking about the joints of the fingers. How? She has extremely long fingers. All of a sudden, though. Same with Cynthia Erivo. You're telling me prior to Wicked, her and her hands looked like this? Completely normal. And then all of a sudden, we're seeing this.
What is that, Rose? Come on. That's not normal.
It is strange. It's like a combination. I mean, anyone could say lighting or whatever, but look, they're losing an extreme amount of weight and they're putting on these disgusting long fingernails. So even if it wasn't some weird demonic mutation, it's just strange that these women are doing something to their bodies that is making them be in a state of emaciation. You know, like
I got a question. I'm gonna throw some at you. I'll throw some at you besides those ideas.
Okay.
What if, because my wife and I were talking about this the other day, there's certain singers, or like, for instance, let's take, if you haven't seen it, get a chance if you like this stuff. On YouTube, go look up the song Purple Rain by Adam Levine. He redid it for, I think it was Howard Stern's birthday. And the singing and the guitar play, it's beyond what I think we can do as humans. What if this idea, this show's out there, I always like to throw ideas out there. What if like the fallen ones that are still here, like come into our lives as our favorite actors and singers and whatever. And now with the Great Awakening, we're sometimes they're shifting to where we're seeing how they actually kind of look to us. Because you can say right here, you can see there's a fingernail here, but that doesn't describe why the length of this hand is like ridiculously long now. And it reminds me of, I'll find the video real quick, of Nicole Kidman. She was at the Oscars clapping and her hands were like 3 sizes too big. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So maybe that's it. The veil's coming off. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think that the veil is coming off now. At first, we were noticing things like with people's eyes, like when the thing happened in 2020, we would notice that some people were acting a certain way and some people were, kind of had their eyes open like us. And so that was the beginning of like a revelation of people waking up to be able to identify demons, because I do think that we're in a spiritual war for our souls. So some souls chose one team, another soul chose another. And when people are influenced by team evil, we are actually increasing our ability, as long as we have the quote unquote armor of God, so to speak, for lack of a better term. If we have that, we are going to increase our perception and be able to catch on to people who have demonic inclinations. And so other people, CFM, they might look at what you're showing and not see the obviousness of what you're pointing out. But for those of us that can see, I'm looking at the different patterns and bringing up all these things, but ultimately I'm seeing people that are possessed in some way, where they're no longer following like their own free will. They've been co-opted by evil, negativity, fear, yada yada.
Yes.
That's what I think. Sorry. Is that okay
No,
with you?
I'm sorry. I'm agreeing. I'm listening.
Okay, good.
And to what? I'm being told by the silent life you don't have to keep saying you're sorry.
Okay. You got your tabs ready? Clickety click. I was just filling the empty space with my apologies.
No, you did great. Look at, and I haven't adjusted anything to this. This was caught when she was at an Oscars. Look at her hands. That's not normal. It's like the gal we just saw from Wicked.
Yeah. I wish I can do an Australian accent, and then I would make a joke by saying I'm double jointed. But how does an Australian person say I'm double jointed? Can you do an Australian accent?
Oh, I can only say crikey. Crikey. I don't know if you've listened much.
I don't know how to do it.
I went to Australia on one of my videos, and I can only keep the accent up for a short time. But the only accent I can seem to keep up for any length of time, and Connor pointed it out, is my oi vey, my Yiddish accent. That's the only one I can only keep up.
I just can't even imagine how an Australian person would say doible, diable, gianted. How would an Australian
put another shrimp on a bobby? That's
not
a knife.
Doible, somebody phonetically type it out. Can someone phonetically type out how
I have friends on this channel from Australia, but I don't know if they're always watching.
Right, we get them in the replay. They'll type in the comment section below. Type phonetically what I can read, so I am saying double jointed with an Australian accent. This has nothing to do with anything. We'll go back to the tabs. Clickety click.
Okay, go back to the tabs. She says, "I'm on my way to the tabs." Okay.
I don't know if everyone else is having as much fun as I have, just hanging out and chilling.
I appreciate you saying that, because you know what? When I do this show, I do it and I have fun, and hopefully they do too. And
hopefully,
if they do,
we can only
hope. All right, let's go back into this. For my people that are still following Q, first thing I say is please stop. And in any case, if you are, Trump is really feeding into it. He posted this on his what the opposite of Twitter, whatever he has, on that other channel he has, and then they brought over to Twitter.
Truth Social, right?
Yeah, he posts a lot of weird shit over there, and then they bring it to Twitter. Look at this TikTok. And then see, do it, Q. He's really feeding into it. Time to obliterate the deep state, because that's why he's here, man. He's here to save us from the deep state. He just goes to all these parties, islands. But other than that, he's here. What?
He didn't post that, though. Spiritual Street Fighter posted it.
Well, no, but if you go on his weird page, he posts stuff like this. Okay, maybe these are written by him, but he retweets some of this weird stuff.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Look at. President Trump flooded his True Social timeline with a series of Q-themed images, sending cryptic messages. So yeah, he posted these on his page. Yeah.
He's saying, "Look at this."
Yeah. So But then he does this, breaking news, right? Oh, I have a breaking news guy. Let's break some news. He hasn't done anything in a while, and I don't know what I'm still paying him for. Here we go.
Breaking news with Ceiling Fan Man. Take it away, Ceiling Fan Man.
Take it away.
Here we go. So he just said that I hereby canceling all executive orders and anything else that was not directly signed by any who loves his names. Crooked Joe Biden, because the people who operated AutoPen did so illegally. Joe Biden was not involved in the process, and if he says he was, he'll be brought up on charges of perjury. Thank you for the attention to this matter. So he's going to send him to jail, right? Just like he did.
Nobody else.
Yeah, nobody's going to. That's my Yellowstone Part 3 video, I think. But,
yeah, all of the things that Q said was going to happen. They just want you to keep trusting the plan forever.
Right. Eat the popcorn. It's got to be stale by now. But, yeah. They're not going to lock each other up. They go to each other's parties and islands. They don't lock each other up.
We've got 154 people watching Sealy Fan Man on Friday night. The best place to be on Friday night.
Wow. God bless you all. Thank you for showing up.
Thumbs up, everybody.
Sealy Fan Man likes lamp? Okay. I love lamp. Okay. What's next? What? Lamb? Does it say lamb? Okay. Now you got me looking. I got to see what's going on here. Did I read that right? Let's say, hey, look at what we got here. I got to go over here. First of all, I got to see. So where is it? Come on.
Wendy, thank you, Wendy, for the $20. Valhalla. That was my miniature Valhalla, but I have a whole Valhalla performance.
Okay, first of all, I like to prove when I'm right. No, it says lamp, honey. I think it's a reference to Anchorman. At least that's what I hear in my head. And it's then let's see, that's Connor. Here we go, Wendy. Thank you. God bless you, Wendy. Oh shoot, she's really pushing. I gotta play the Valhalla. All right, let's see what happens.
And then I get to say Valhalla at some point before we end the show.
Well, don't you want to say right now? Invoke Valhalla.
Is now the time for me to do my official Valhalla?
Invoke Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Lastly, to my friend Charlie Kirk. Rest now, brother. We have the watch. And I'll see you in Valhalla.
That was one of the most perfect Valhallas I've ever heard. So thank you for that, Rose.
You're welcome. Yay.
That's good. Yours was spine tingling. So yes.
Good. That's what I was going for. Yeah.
Like the toot. Yeah. I added that sound effect on that. So I thought that was pretty good.
Thank you so much, Chargens.
Love it. Yeah. Okay. And then we got somebody to sue somebody.
Thank
Great
you.
job. What is this? You were tardy, huh? Let's see. I'll make sure I have all those. Everyone's saying the chat's going super fast. Okay,
yeah,
so
we're being popular tonight.
who was someone was just tardy. So if you feel tardy, where is it?
Tardiness.
I don't feel tardy. I don't feel tardy.
Okay. What's next?
More tabs. It's time to talk business.
I did what?
Well, continuing with the tabs, you have so many tabs. I have things.
More tabs. I got off the because okay, let's get back into it. Thank you, Wendy. Okay, clickety click.
Thank you, Wendy.
All that money is going to a new computer, so thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, consult with me before you get a new computer so I can make sure you get something that won't give you problems.
Always consult with you. Yeah, and then I just wanted to showcase
United States.
Donald Trump is now spending what is it? I think it's Oh, it should say on here. He's building a golden dome. Everything is the golden age, right? It seems very satanic.
Is about to have a giant golden shield in the sky. In the sky.
Sounds
like something out of.
Kind of like the Golden Dawn references he makes. So we're going both like Freemasonry, flat Earth, and then yeah, he's like making all these alchemical references. It's a trip, but keep continuing.
Yes.
Movie, right? But no, this is the Golden Dome, a massive space-based missile defense system proposed by Donald Trump, with an estimated cost of over $500 billion.
Does he put his finger to his lip when he says that? This is going to cost $500 billion.
You know what? Recently, I was thinking about these things and realizing that actually, I imagine that they made this video and then they tell Trump, sorry, sir, that was a mistake. Actually, it's 500 trillion. And then he turns to the camera and he said, oh, never mind, 500 trillion. Because now inflation has gone up so much that now it's going from billion to trillion. And we're making a reference to something from 1997.
Is that when that movie came out?
Right. See, so you're being Dr. Evil right now. See, you're making a big deal about 500 billion. And I'm telling you, hey, Dr. Evil, it's time to go up to trillion.
I like it. I get it. I'm on board.
You're
I'm a little slow because of Thanksgiving, but I'm on board.
It's designed to counter hypersonic missiles, drones, and all threats coming from space.
So again, we're spending money on something it's like the Emperor's New Clothes. It doesn't even exist.
The technology behind it is cutting edge. Space-based radar, defense lasers, and ultra-fast autonomous interceptor missiles.
Yes. We need Skynet.
Inspired by Israel's Iron Dome.
Of course.
This version is supersized in every way, in scale, power, and ambition.
They got their fingers in everything, just saying.
What's especially notable, Trump wants the Golden Dome to be operational within 3 years, before the end of his presidential term.
Okay.
But the big question is, will it actually work?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you know what? I support it because we really need to make sure that no more Chinese balloons come floating by. So thank you, sorry.
You think it's not working now? Imagine if I spill my coffee. Yes, we want to make stop on Chinese balloons. Can you imagine? We have all these defense mechanisms and stuff, and a freaking balloon crosses and nobody does anything. It just floats by.
Is Jeannie laughing? Because I just think it's hilarious that they're putting all this effort on the dome, but yet we still couldn't stop a balloon.
No, we can't. We can't stop a balloon. So, in any case, it's going to be the most expensive dome in history, they say. So, coming soon to the theater near you, the live theater that we live in. So, okay, what's this?
Sprinklers doing chemtrails.
Doing who to what?
I was saying that the dome looks like sprinklers shooting chemtrails, but that's a very negative point of view. So scratch that, remove.
Okay, I'll scratch it. In 1922, I've covered some of these things before, but like I said, there's a lot of new people here. I don't know if the AI is rewriting history for us or if they just left this stuff out of our history books. But did you know they had mobile phones in 1922, Rose?
I did not know that. And it's not a surprise to me because they had radio. But it was, it really makes me wonder, like, what was the cost and what would that consumer cost be equivalent to today? Would it be like $1,000 and we're only the richest people using it? But I guess they were patching in to radio. Is that how it worked?
It shows these two ladies attaching to a fire hydrant plug, some kind of like a portable bomb or something. And then they pull up an umbrella that has radio antenna in it, looks like.
Isn't that dangerous to put water? Electricity and water don't mix.
You're going to try to figure this nonsense out, Rose?
I think this is a photo op and that, I don't know what to say. This one is just it annoys me how I don't even have a clever response. Help me. I'm annoyed. They're nice looking ladies. I guess that's what we're supposed to focus on.
Yeah, I guess.
Nice lady.
They are just very nice. Yes, they have nice. I don't know.
Actually, one of them looks a little bit stressed out. Like she's probably thinking the same thing. Are we supposed to be putting these fucking sorry, excuse my language.
We don't even know if this thing was actually working because it's just, I think, music on the. So, like, maybe it's just a photo op and this actually doesn't do anything. I don't know.
Can we play the music for a little bit? I want to get into the music.
I don't know if it's copyrighted stuff. You know,
never mind. Good thing.
Some kind of 20s song.
Do. We have a mobile phone. Yada do. We're gonna patch into Nixon, and then one day he's gonna call the moon.
Oh, I have that. You want the moon call? Let's see. I think I have that. Where is that? Yeah, they were talking on a mobile phone off of a fire hydrant in 1922, and Richard Nixon's calling the moon in 1969. Right? Sure.
Yeah, I think something rather important is coming up here.
Neil and Buzz, the President of the United States is in his office now and would like to say a few words to you. Over.
Hello, Neil and Buzz. I'm talking to you by telephone from the Oval Room at the White House.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake.
And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House.
Because it looks so fake.
I just love how he has to say, I'm calling you from the White House, and this has to be the most historic phone call ever made from the White House. That's where I am calling you on the moon. You know, like
I mean, it's supposed to be that he patched his phone into a radio. There are so many inconsistencies, and we know that they didn't go and they faked it. Maybe you and I have covered over the years. It's almost like our pastime. Like we'll always have the hologram video. We'll always have the space fraud video. Some of the best memories of all time are with you pointing out the fraud. And it's just mind-blowing that people believe that we went to the moon.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got in our repertoire, we covered holograms. I still play that one because it's still interesting. Remember when I found Trump vanishing on air with you, you know, and the Pope vanished, all that stuff. So that one's really still a viable video. And then the moon stuff, I have to look because remember I had to take a lot of stuff down. I'll have to mix around, see if I still have the moon stuff that we did. And then, of course, we also talked about birds. I do that occasionally, but we'll have to go back into the whole bird thing one of these days. So,
yeah,
but yeah,
pretty
fascinating.
Very fascinating.
Okay, so let's kill some more tabs here. And while we're on the subject of phones and Elon Musk, let's see, kill that one. So Elon is now saying that we're no longer going to have a smartphone in the traditional sense. What we'll call a phone will be an edge node for AI interference with radios to connect. I mean, it sounds like he's trying to connect us to the Matrix with the node in the head and all that stuff. And I find it fascinating too, Rose, because you've come along with me through this what do you call it, truth journey. And we all know that there's real people, and then once the mainstream machine saw that people like us weren't watching their mainstream news anymore, and we were all in these fringe whatever YouTube, then they started infiltrating us with all their mainstream people. And suddenly truthers jumped off the bandwagon and thought Roseanne was on their side and Russell Brand was on their side. And Joe Rogan has now become like one of the poster children for truth. And I get it. They talk a lot of truth on his show. But make no mistake, he's still part of the machine. Just like, what is his name? Alex Jones. Remember, he was like telling truth and everyone was on board. And then he started saying the frogs are turning gay and some people backed off. And then he started denying certain events. and he got sued and he lost his whole company and he was destitute. He's on Twitter and YouTube. He's everywhere now. He's got InfoWars back. Nothing changes because they all work for the machine. You're telling me you think that Alex Jones somehow was invited to film what do you call that with the giant owl when they do that?
The Bohemian Grove.
Bohemian Grove. He was invited to film Bohemian Grove because they wanted us to see what was going on. It's all part of the same game. And truthers are finding that they think that this guy's on your side.
And I also think it could have happened in many different ways. So if someone out there is thinking, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about, the bottom line is what I think that you and I could say that we know, it's not a belief, but we know is that that man was allowed to be in there. So whether he was hired to be controlled opposition and ended up there all by design, or he snuck up there organically and was allowed to go in, I believe that he was allowed. He never could have gotten in there if he wasn't let. Kind of like what happened on October 7th. That couldn't have happened unless it was allowed. And so it's kind of like never let a good crisis go to waste, or never let someone be a useful idiot, or never let someone else's intentions be used to reach your own nefarious goals if you're part of the New World Order evil agenda on the spiritual war. Would you kind of agree with what I'm saying?
Oh, 100%, 100%. I mean, they constantly, they let us know that they're just actors playing these parts. I mean, take, for instance, how many politicians do we have that were ex-wrestlers, including Trump? The first copyright strike I got was I showed Trump doing wrestling moves with some Vince McMahon, and they took the thing down and gave me the strike for it. He's a wrestler. What about Jesse Ventura? He was a wrestler, and then he suddenly became a voice for truth. He even had a show called Conspiracy Theories or something. They're just pushing the programming to where we're going to. So if we're not watching ABC and CBS and seeing all that, and we're just living in YouTube and Twitter, and that they're there too now. They're on all the same things, trying to push it, and they'll give you a little. You know how this works. I always mess it up. You're going to tell me what it is. It's not the Hungarian dialect, because that's a type of food and people. It's what is that called?
The Hegelian dialect, which is actually a little bit of a misnomer, because if you actually research Hegel, he's not necessarily like the divide and conquer guy, but everyone refers to the Hegelian dialectic when they're trying to impart the idea of divide and conquer. And even more specifically, Sigmund Freud then taught his nephew, his double nephew, Edward Bernays, about that psychology. And Edward Bernays came up with this amazing idea in terms of propaganda, which is that if you get people into compartments and they start labeling themselves, so an example would be like Christian denominations, everyone's getting themselves into more and more and more specific labels. And all you have to do is control the leaders of those small groups, and you're controlling everyone. So you want people to label themselves, compartmentalize themselves, and have an idol. So that goes back to what the Bible teaches, which is don't have idols. If you say, I don't worship anyone or look up to anyone or look up to anyone as a hero except God or Jesus Christ, then you are at risk for believing in BS. Because you just don't know if a human being is going to make a mistake. Am I making sense?
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
I like it.
I feel like I'm lucky.
For anybody that doesn't know this by now, my show has always been spiritual, and within the last several years, I found the way, the truth, and life is through Jesus Christ. It's a real thing, and everyone gets this gift. Goy, Jew alike, it doesn't matter where you started. We all end up in the same place, and we all get the free gift that Jesus did for us. And it's pretty amazing, because I was taught not to believe in it. And man, it sure changes everything. It takes away the fear of the world to me. That's why I can do this show and laugh at it, you know. And you used to always call it poppycock, because that's all it is. We've been covering the ridiculousness of the world and poppycock, whatever, for, my goodness, before 2020. 2017, 2018, somewhere in there. So yeah. Okay.
My Aunt Bonnie, she was, gossiping with me. She's a very stereotypical Philadelphia Jew. And her
We
daughter,
didn't
my
say special children because I don't. The algorithm listens for that other word, so just say special
well,
children.
her daughter Becky, she's got blonde hair, blue eyes. She's got like of Spanish origin, and Becky got married to an Italian, and she was just like, I don't know if Becky's children even know that they're Jewish. And she's getting all offended by Becky's Christmas decorations. And she's just trying to have a nice time for her children. Of course, we know about all the symbolism, blah, 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 and the truth and everything. But it was just so crazy to me how my Aunt Bonnie was like, Becky's acting like a goyishika or whatever. She's used some Yiddish word, like calling her own daughter a goy. It's like awkward. It's like you're a mother maternal and you're calling your own daughter just because she's trying to show some. Am I getting too dark and deep or awkward right now? But I just feel like I think that Becky, my cousin Becky, should be proud that she's trying to be a good mother to her children and raise them with values and have decorations. But of course, as you know, how people were growing up and how they talk to us, if they see someone having Christmas cheer, they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's
Oh
so
yeah.
typical.
And then,
How
and
dare
then, and then, we, and then we got a pass. If you were Jewish, you were allowed for Christmas to put up blue and white lights. That was like the compromise, right? They're like,
or
well,
white
okay,
is
so if it's
classy.
blue and white, you can put it up, and
Or
throw a
just
menorah
white.
in the window.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't know. To me, it was blue and white because the White House is still you could do. People got into icicles and the white lights and stuff.
If there's
So
a Christian married to a Jew and that Christian really has a hard time convincing them, it'll be just white. But if they really convince them, then they can do the I'm sorry, that they can it's the other way around. They'll do blue and white so they can feel Jewish, but eventually they're gonna get in there and get them to switch to the multicolor rainbow. It's a couple takes a couple
oh
years.
god, yeah, it's a slippery slope. Okay, let's finish some tabs here. I tell you what, we were talking about space, so it's probably the best time. Let's cut this out of the way here.
All right.
This week in scary space news.
Let's see, where do we start? I think it starts here. Oh, and we can also cover the thing you wanted to talk about too, on the side. So and Rose she's got a lot of information. Her and her show that she's with Crow has done a lot of looking at the sun and stuff. And so last week when I was showing cartoons like this from NASA, I included a crow picture that's different. She'll explain how that's different. But what I want to say is whatever's happening to this light in the firmament as I see it. Hey, honey, can I get more coffee when you can? Thank you.
I want more coffee.
So whatever's happening in the sky, in the firmament, in this thing, we still don't know what it does. We don't know, other than we know it gives light and heat and stuff. But these things that they always, a rare super solar storm. Do you see what this one says, Rose? It sounds like we're in Star Trek. A rare super solar storm, which is hard to say 3 times fast, just collapsed the plasma shield of the Earth. Scotty, I need more power. The main engine lines are down. The shields are falling. Do you believe this? I mean, it's ridiculous. So they put this thing next to the ball, BAAL, ball Earth, and show it like shooting laser sunlight at it. I don't know. So,
but you want to know what's crazy? Is okay, we don't know about what the sun exactly is and how it works and how it relates to the metaphysical realm, because it does provide life to us as its function. So it's my assumption that it has a deep connection to God. But the funny thing about this fake picture is that even by NASA's incorrect standards, that Earth would be so tiny. Like one tiny little piece of fire on that fake looking sphere would be like 10 Earths, according to what we're told about how big the sun is and how far away it is. But we don't know how big the sun is, and we don't know how far away it is based on looking at the sky.
Correct. And what I find fascinating too is the lies are falling apart for me. When you look at the moon and they tell you that, thank you, hon. They tell you that Tycho crater is like 60 miles across, something like that. And the moon is 238 or 239,000 miles away, and I can see it with my naked eye. I mean, come on. And the fact that the moon is a certain distance and the sun is so much farther away and it's so much bigger, so that way it's 93 million miles away and it looks the identical size, and it's the only way you could possibly get, what do you call it, eclipses. Like the narrative of the science side is so ridiculous at this point. Whereas if you just use your eyes, you can see it. You can see it.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Look at that.
All right, I'm gonna go over there. Did you have something to say? And bring up your sun thing. Bring up your sun thing.
Okay, thank you very much. I would be happy to if I
God
could
bless
get.
you. Joe V just gifted 5 memberships. Yeah, and Rose got one.
So nice. That is so generous and nice.
Thank you.
Supporting Ceiling Fan Man, who I
just a beautiful, wonderful chat. They're funny, they're loving, and they are very supportive. Not just monetarily, which I do appreciate, but also in comments and in writing me emails and stuff and snail mail. Did you see the picture that somebody made me of all the stuff from the show? Somebody drew a picture.
Maybe not. You'll have to send that to me or show me after I have my screen ready to share. I was going to say something else, but then you were so nice to turn it over to me. The thing I've been waiting to talk about. I hope I say it I want. Yeah. Was I just talking out loud, unmuted?
Yeah. You're up. Your screen's up, and we heard everything you said.
Okay. All right. My innermost secrets. All right. So
wait, I got a question on the screen, huh? Jeannie? What? So Nate wants to know if he orders soap this weekend, will it be delivered to the East Coast in time for Saturnalia? I have no idea. I'll find out. What is that? Do you know what the Saturnalia is? Is that the celebration of Saturn going on?
It's a celebration where we get the idea of the tree from, and the ornaments, and the mushroom. You know, the green.
Oh,
sorry,
okay. You're right. That's the Christmas thing. Remember, we've covered that. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. They told you I'm
I have an episode that I can send you guys. It's episode 103 that I could send you guys, and you could do another episode about it afterwards with your feelings and thoughts, because I feel like Ceiling Fan Man, he could look at information that was put out 10 years ago by other content creators and elevate it and like update it. You know what I mean? You're moving the conversation forward.
And Sparky, yes, I've been reading the comments and I'll answer. Oh, and Nate's, your answer is yes. You'll be able to make this open time and be able to gift wrap it if you want that. So just let us know.
And I'm so sorry that I haven't been looking at the chat as much, but I don't know what else to say other than I apologize, because I'm trying to pay attention to what he's saying.
Oh, no, you're not supposed to be in charge of the chat, but I've been peeking over there. So, okay, let's go. So show the sun thing that I messed up, because this is not a NASA photo. This is a electron micro. What is it? I forget. You tell me.
Okay. So it like kind of hurt my feelings a little bit when Ceiling Fan Man was looking at
over that again. Okay.
No, I'm just saying, because it just means that I didn't tell him enough about what I'm involved in and how proud I am of it, and I don't want to like be going on his show to promote. So I was actually going to tell him this off air, but I just wanted to educate my friends that when you see a sun this way, it's being filmed by a telescope in the hydrogen alpha wavelength. So that proves that there is something to do with hydrogen and the sun. Okay. And so we see a lot of animations like what he was showing before by NASA, and it looks similar, but I don't want that to deter people from understanding that now there are consumer grade levels of solar telescopes that allow you to see the sun in this way now. But does that mean the sun is 93 million miles away? Absolutely not. Does it mean that the sun is a nuclear furnace? Absolutely not. We don't know what the sun is. And me personally, I think we're looking at an outer shell, and that inside is something spiritual that perhaps there is another smaller sun inside, and that it's expanding and contracting. And you can find in scripture about the breath of life, and anything that's conscious has a respiratory system, so to speak, whether it's leaves that are breathing as the respiratory system for the plant, or it's a human being or an animal, or these luminaries in the sky. So by no way am I supporting NASA, but I just wanted to share this 1 minute clip of Crow's hydrogen alpha telescope work.
Here's a live shot. Look at that tornado forming in the prominence. Here is another still. This is one that people like to print. They print really large. This is uninverted sunspot in the hydrogen alpha wavelength.
So he has like some kind of filter on his.
This was, I don't know.
It's a filter that reduces the light, and it's only showing the wavelength on the hydrogen alpha spectrum, which is on the edge of the visible spectrum. So we could only see a tiny amount of the spectrum. We're just like idiots in terms of our vision. There's lots of things you can't see.
Can you play it and you cover it instead? I'll listen to you just so I can hear it live. You can go over what we're seeing.
You don't want to hear him. You'd rather hear me. That's such a compliment.
I have you on the show. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. So right now we're looking, and you see how he's animating, and this is a 3-hour period that you would take this. So it's sped up so much because the sun is moving so slowly from our perspective. So it takes hours and hours of filming to then speed it up so you can see the movement. So this would take, these few seconds took him maybe 4 to 5 hours of filming. Here's another one, and in a second, he's going to even speed it up more. And it obviously looks so much
cooler. What, Rose? Pause it for a second. You mentioned this before we went on air. You said, in your mind, it almost kind of represents the egg, right, in the creation of life. And if you've ever seen the videos of that, they always show the egg, and it looks like it has the same kind of, especially when it's fertilized, it has that same kind of like electrical forces coming off of it. It made me think of that, because that's what you're right. I see that idea in this. And if God put that star up there, and for us, it heals you. I mean, think about it. If you don't have sun, you get sick and depressed, right? We're totally connected to it. And it also, it brings you light. It helps plants grow. It is our life force up in the sky. It's kind of cool thinking it that way. Did she go away?
Yeah, no, and it's like triggering, because sometimes people on social media will be like, sun worshiping, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I'm not worshiping the sun. I'm worshiping God who we are living in a creation. Everything here is because of him. And it's a tool, just like a dandelion helps people in so many ways, or the mullein, or the soap that Jeannie makes. Everything here is for a reason. No man could make a fish or a tree. So the sun's purpose, I think it has a relationship with the earth and human consciousness, because it's put here for us. So for example, maybe our behavior influences the way that things are squiggling around up there, or maybe the way that things are squiggling around up there are affecting us, because we do see things like shooting out, like you are describing, and maybe that's sending electromagnetic frequencies. So to kind of tie up what I think the sun is, I do not think it's a nuclear furnace that NASA says. I think it's a more electromagnetic, because that's kind of the way that this realm works, and that it's a way for us to, like a portal, like an interface between here and God, or an interface between here and heaven. And I'm sure that the way I'm explaining it is so wrong compared to the best way it can be described, but I'm just explaining where I'm at with how I'm feeling about it.
And again, you don't apologize for what you're saying. We're just discussing these things, because at the end of the day, and if people haven't read it, read the book of Job. We don't know anything. We know nothing. All we can do is speculate. None of us have ever or will ever get to where the sun is to know what it is and how it's affecting us. And we can only speculate on things, because once the day comes when we're with God again, none of this stuff will matter anymore. It's kind of a funny juxtaposition. We're down here on earth and we're like, how does this work? How does that work? And we know nothing. I can't wait for the day when I figure it all out. By that happens, you won't care anymore, because you'll realize the truth at that moment. I'll just be there. And so it's like these there's a lot of people on YouTube that they'll stand on a soapbox and tell you how everything works, and we don't know. They don't know. All we don't even, like your phone. People use their phone all the time. They can't build one. You know, most people can't even fix a car anymore. The people that used to, because it's all just computerized. So it doesn't matter if we actually don't know, as long as we're humble enough to explain. This is what the most information that I've seen so far, but this is just my hypothesis or whatever theory, like science does. Everything's a theory. So
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it looks like an egg to me, like I'm just waiting for a sperm to fly up to it and wiggle its way in.
I'll tell you here, go off the screen share on that, and I'm telling you, this looks the same to me. It's funny because you brought this up to me just before we went on air, and I just kept thinking in my mind that that looks similar, very similar.
And you remember if
See,
we
the thing around the egg, that after the spark of the creation happens.
Oh,
you
okay,
see
yeah.
that? Isn't that wild? You actually see it. Like
Yes.
a light immerses out of it.
The
Doesn't that
zinc.
look like sun pictures, right?
Yeah, and I wish that we were on my StreamYard because I've uploaded a sunspot that looks just like that. So when you zoom into the sunspot of the sun, it looks even more like what you are showing. And it's absolutely, there's nothing else in the universe that that humans can observe that looks like the sun, and it is responsible for everything, like the way that we tell time and the seasons and the food that we grow. And I mean, it's just such a mystery. I have no idea. Now when it comes to the moon, that's also really interesting too. And who knows what kind of electromagnetic influence it has on us.
Right. And I believe it's way closer. I've always said this. Once I woke up, I felt the moon, the numbers are always, big numbers. It's probably 33, maybe 66 miles away, but it's way closer than they say. Because some nights it's huge, huge. And they don't explain how that happens other than science and math and shut up. So, okay, we were speaking of that. We were in the scary space news. Let's finish it up here.
Scary space news. I like it when you cut off what I'm saying to play something, but you can't do it quick enough because you're sharing a tab. But please tab along.
Is there more? Did I cut you off?
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's good comedic timing when I'm like,
good.
here we go. But like before the word go is complete, you're already playing something else. I like that.
I like it. Okay, so our timing is good. Okay, good. All right. This was said to me too. Moss has survived 9 months outside the International Space Station. How about that? And of course, that's a real photo, right? It's an image. And if you look up image, the first thing it says is like a painting, or it's not a photo anymore. And even if this were a photo, people, who took it? Is there another satellite flying above the ISS to take pictures
Right.
of it? None of it makes sense. But in
They put
case, yeah, they're
camera on a slingshot.
camera in a slingshot. Exactly.
I'm sorry, there was one more thing I wanted to just tell you that's really exciting. Where you remember the lunar wave, which looks like kind of a VHS tracking.
Yeah, it goes across, yeah.
The lunar wave goes across. Crow captured it in front of the sun, and we'll be releasing it soon. And I'll send you a clip afterwards. I'm sorry I didn't come prepared, but the point is that the lunar wave is a misnomer because it's not just local to the moon. It's been captured in front of Jupiter, Saturn, and now the sun. So we're
Okay,
seeing.
so I have a question for you then.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a lunar wave. You throw this back at Crow when you talk to him. Maybe it's not a lunar wave or a sun wave or a Jupiter wave. Maybe it is a wave in the firmament.
No, it's basically proving it. And so remember I was talking about the breathing sun and the breathing human and the breathing plants. So what's happening is when the sun is expanding and contracting like a toroid, because it's electromagnetic, it's emitting pressure. So we are seeing the pressure waves, which is basically evidence of our breathing luminaries. So they could be rebound or they could be coming off the sun. But that makes perfect sense to me because the science does not want the masses to know about God. So they don't want us to know that the luminaries were put here for us, that they may be conscious or connected to God in any way. And so we're not supposed to know that those waves are coming off, and we're not supposed to be able to figure them out or how they're explained. But since now we are seeing them, these firmament waves or space waves or whatever your belief system wants you to call them, they're there, they're observable. And so that's what I think it is. I think we now know what the lunar and solar and Jupiter and firmament wave is. It's pressure waves coming off of conscious luminaries connected to God. That's what I think could be wrong.
Yeah, or it could just be like where he spliced the firmament together, right?
Yeah.
You're seeing that, we have the firmament and it goes all the way around, and then he tapes it right here, and then that's what you're seeing go around. I don't know.
Right. He's taking his finger like on the wine glass to make that noise.
Say
you know
what?
what I'm talking about? You ever put your finger on a wine glass and it goes around and it goes, woo? So God's just putting his finger and going around the wine glass. Someone in the chat will know what I'm talking about and likes doing that to their wine glasses.
Oh yeah, I like that. In fact,
You
we
do
went
too?
out. Yeah, I've done it, but when my kids were little, we had gone out to dinner with this couple, and he had tons of money, whatever, and so he ordered different things, and he showed them that on the glasses, even for their water, if dip their finger, they could do it. And they started. My kids were ringing it so loud in the restaurant, they were threatening to throw us out. But yeah.
That is hysterical. Very impressive. I'm impressed.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they just started. It was pretty wild. Okay, let's move on for scary space news. And Rose, if I go way long, just let me know and we'll stop. I won't hold you hostage here.
Okay.
So, and then this, of course, scientists have discovered an unusually pure star, the most pristine star known in the universe. And I'm like, that's BS. I show that star all the time. I saw it on Super Friends cartoon every week. Right? It's the same star, wherever it went. There.
Looks fake to me.
It does, doesn't it? His image is probably a grok image. Okay, what? A fly caught in because I wanted to show, besides them growing spores of what was that, mold or moss. This we've covered many times. This was a rover on Mars, allegedly. And when you zoom in, there was a fly that was caught on.
You got to be kidding me. Let me see. Don't take my NASA's faith away from me. Oh, ceiling fan man. That is a fly.
It is a fly. And it reminded me of, and if you go on my channel, you'll see I still have about the moon hoax or whatever. And I discussed this, that you can still find it. It's right here. It's on SpaceX's channel. It's the CRS-19 mission. And you go about 20 minutes in, and you'll see a mouse right there.
That is just too much. Never gets old either.
No,
I really
no, they said, oh, it's a piece of ice that was moving around. Sure, with mouse ears.
I think it's a litmus test. Don't you think that they put these things out there to find out if there's people like you and me in the chat, and to find out who just doesn't even care if it's pointed out to them? They want to know percentages.
Totally. I know AI watches everything that we do, and they're writing up, okay, these people now understand that this is, was a mouse in space. I mean, come on, people. Play it again, Sam. Where is it? Play. Picture go forward. Is it working?
We have 11 minutes left for the 2-hour mark, and the only thing that I wanted to discuss before I leave is Psalm 23. And so why don't you go through a bunch of speed tabs, like tab after tab after tab, and I'll just relax and I won't feel compelled to comment. You know what I mean? I'm just going to join the audience for a second, but not go anywhere. And you go through tabs and I won't feel like I have to comment.
And I do like the people in the chat. This proves that space supports life, says Jesus is Lord 70. Okay. There are some technological advancements. Well, I do want you to comment on this because you like music and different types of music. Have you seen this? Now they have drumsticks that you connect to your computer and you don't need drums anymore.
What? Oh my gosh, I want that. Like someone I'm gonna help. Uh, I need it now. Oh no. Oh no, I need a material possession. What have you done? You've put a mind virus in me. I thought that I was detached from material possessions. And now on Black Friday, you are going to make me buy something.
And I don't know what's happening. My camera is dead and the screen share didn't happen.
Yeah, it's
So-
Jesus flipping the tables over right now.
what he's
Jesus is
doing?
flipping the tables over. Because I
All right,
was
let's-
being all spiritual and thinking, oh, during the holiday season, I'm going to just be charitable. And now I'm going to buy. What was the thing you just said? I already forgot the thing. What do I need? What do I need? The thing that I need.
The drumsticks that you don't need drums for.
Sticks. Give them to me now, Santa. See, instead
So
of
I might
being
have to go black screen too, people, but we can finish the show this way. Look at this.
That's unfair. I want that. Me. I would be so good at that.
I don't know.
No, I would make it work because I'm so disabled that this is all I've got and I need it to work. I can't wait. I'm gonna do it. Well, no, probably not. I'll get to stick to my vow because I'm trying not to be materialistic. So this is the the enemy testing me.
There you go. It's one of your tests. So
thank you.
And you don't have to expand on air ever if you do or don't. That's between you and God.
No, I'll be honest because I'll want to do a performance and I can just blame it on you so I won't feel that bad, especially around these parts.
Okay, check this one out. This one was a new rabbit hole for me. Now other people probably have seen this one. But check this out. The school photos, right? Did you do that? School photos growing up?
Yes, I did. But just to clarify, I'm not taking a break right now and relaxing and sitting back, and you want me to stay here and comment every moment?
Yeah, we're both black screen now because my camera died in the middle of the show. So.
Oh. Well, I can provide.
Well, let's keep going. Here, check this out. This was a new rabbit hole for me because they always hire a company to take those photos. Like they can't do it themselves. Check this out.
Why does every American school let a random company walk in and photograph every single kid, year after year, like clockwork? Why is it normalized that a third-party corporation collects a high-resolution image of every child in the country? They claim it's harmless. But look into who owns them. Follow the money, and you land in the same place. BlackRock, Vanguard, the silent architects with stakes in defense, surveillance, and data firms. Why do these financial giants want the largest photo database of American children? Facial recognition needs training data, massive data sets. The younger the better to track identity over time. What better supply chain than schools? A captive population, full compliance. If the goal was just prints, the industry wouldn't be consolidated under the same umbrellas that shape governments. The same firms investing in predictive policing and biometric identification. Why does every school hand over the face of every child to the forces that shape the world from the shadows? You be the judge. If you're awake.
What do you think of that? That was a new one for me. Now that you think about it. I can't get out of the full screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, I see you. I can't get out of this screen share though. So
Press
what do you think of
the
that?
button.
I'm trying. There we go. Let's try that. There we go. Whew. What do you think of that one? That's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
That was a new rabbit hole for me, but it makes sense. Let's see if my
Which
camera
part of
will
it was
work.
new for you?
What's that?
Which part of it was new for you?
That it was centralized with the same companies, and the fact that now that we have AI technology and facial recognition, now they can take a child and track it from say 5 years old up to 18.
No,
And
it's
see-
going to be the rest of their lives. This is
Well,
what
no, I'm saying just for school, they can see a child's face and how it changed, and so they can use that data too. I would think.
the data collection is going to keep getting beyond your comprehension. But let me just tell you that right now, just with the heavy metals in our bodies, using the technology and electronics in our house and everything in the atmosphere, like people we know who are radio operators in the Marine Corps who were shooting things into the ionosphere, just like in Predator. Remember in Predator with the thermal stuff? They know where everyone is. So that's why anytime a poor child goes missing or they couldn't find, Gosama bin Jadabada or whatever his name was. I'm just
that was close enough.
I was purposefully saying the wrong name just in case of whatever.
Keep going.
Well, they know where everyone is right now already, and they just want to bring us into knowing about it slowly over time. Accept it.
True. Yep. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, 16 Alpha V. I don't mean to be a doom and gloomer, but it's more like
that's his line. That's his line. He says it all the time. We're doomed.
Okay. But we already knew that God was watching us ever. The biggest surveiller is God. So we already have to make sure that understand that we are being watched, no matter what, spiritually.
That in a good way. Satan does it through these machines.
Right.
Like
right.
I covered this the other day. The new Skynet. Look how far along it's already come. This is going to be like, this is in Texas. They're building a gigantic, and once again, I've covered this many times. Does that or does that not look like a computer chip board?
Exactly. As above, so below. And it's sucking up so much energy too. And then, like you say, people are always, angry at straws, but yet people have commercial jets. All this money that kind of comes out of a click of a button, all these scams and money laundering. And then we have people starving in the world. It's just insane to me.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're spending $700 trillion on golden domes.
Yeah. Make sure you say trillion.
Trillion, right. So then they got this, of course. The demons like to march around and tell you what they're up to.
Trump family warning, listen.
Friends, Eric Trump. Welcome to American Bitcoin. It's a little sneak peek of our facility in Texas using American energy to mine Bitcoin right here on American soil. We could not be more proud of this facility. 35,000.
I was at 33.
Of these servers right here, all liquid cooled, securing the network, mining Bitcoin. Every single day we mine about 2% of the world's Bitcoin supply.
And it's really fascinating to me, Rose, because when Bitcoin and all the cryptos came out, they're like, oh, the government can't touch it. The government can't see it. It's the Wild West. You can finally have your own money and you can do it. Meanwhile, no, the government seizes it when it wants to. The government's taxing it when it wants to. The government knows every trade that you do now. They're like making it so that everything's taxed now. In addition to that, nobody knows how Bitcoin started. Was it Natashi, not whatever? It's a fake
Satoshi.
name. Satoshi Namaguchi or something, isn't it?
I thought it was just Satoshi, like share. Now let me look it up.
I think there's more to it, and it's like an acronym of like Toshiba and some other things. But in any case, nobody knows how it started and who owns it. They make this fake name, and they even tell you it's a fake name. So it's probably CIA or the government. Meanwhile, they're mining it. If this doesn't tell you that the government has their fingers in Bitcoin and all that, I don't know what else would. Yeah, Satoshi
Nakamoto.
Right, that's a market. Yeah, which is NSA, he says.
So we safeguard it every single day. So when people say that cryptocurrency is intangible, it's not. It's very tangible. And this right here, guys, is living proof.
Do you think that horror music plays in the background of this building? I wish it would.
Eric Trump and his family is not playing around when it comes to adopting crypto in America. It is clear as day now. You could no longer deny the fact that the reset's here. We're not going to stop this. The great financial reset is happening before our very eyes, and you guys are blind. Just look at what the Trump family has done the past 2 years. Is monumental for the crypto space. Make sure to share this information.
Yeah, I agree with all that. they're on this plan to get it done.
I know. Everything's
And we're
coming out.
watching
Yeah,
Skynet. What's that?
I heard things from insiders, okay? And ever since 2019, 2020, they said that exactly in 2025 was when the digital ID was going to get implemented. And like clockwork, it's happening in the UK. But I will just tell you, as a learning experience for everyone, as I tell you that an insider told me something that came true, I will also let you know that that same insider I've caught in a lie. And I don't know if it was just like a white lie and he didn't think it was a big deal. But also, I know that he believes in some things that are incorrect. So everybody makes mistakes and not everybody's perfect. But that is proof to me that this has been a plan in place and that we are just being shown things on schedule. And I also believe that all the not on your show, Ceiling Fan, you hand
No, I know
select.
what you're saying. And I agree, Mark. That
Yeah.
could have been a handler for Rose. You're right. We keep going.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in the media, we are based not us, but the masses are discussing topics on a scheduled time. So when certain events happen and people talk about it, they are doing what they were scheduled to do. So we always have to make sure that we don't have the mind virus that's being put on us and that we only talk about things that we decide to, like how pigeons are sus and pandas are sus. Those are our own independent thoughts. Amen.
Like Amen. All right. Boy, we're not going to get through all these. You want to, well, what do I have here that needs to be played? Because I want to make sure you do the psalm thing. You want to keep trying? We'll see how far we get.
Going on the tabs, and I'm turning off my camera to remind myself.
Well, I don't. But you're on the show to talk to me. I don't want it to keep you longer than you can stay. So we'll keep going.
I talk too much, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna look at
that's
the
what I want. I want a partner on the channel that doesn't say anything. You silly. All right, next.
I just want to acknowledge the chat too, so I'll finesse it.
I'm popping in the chat and reading them. Even they're bitching me out that I'm not reading them. I'm reading it. This is Elon Musk's RoboVan. And you know, you never know what's AI generated anymore. This allegedly is a real video. So he's got his robot van. We're gonna have drivers. And I guess, yeah, if you want to go out drinking and not have to worry about driving. But what I see here is
isn't that just a bus with extra steps, a regular bus?
What I see is this. When I was growing up, in my day, because I'm an old dude, we had manual cars with a stick shift, and you had to learn how to drive. It was a finesse to it, but it wasn't that hard once you figured it out. The new generation, they've never seen one, and they don't know how to do a stick shift. Most people.
Yeah,
So right
unless you
here,
have like a Lamborghini or a sports car, then you do manual.
This is a general public for the general, whatever, masses. Whatever. They don't know how to drive a stick shift because the cars aren't made with them anymore. And eventually they won't even understand what it's like to have a key for your car because everything's either button or a computer number. And eventually we'll get, if this keeps up the way they're doing this, Idiocracy and the movie WALL-E, that cartoon, people won't even know how to drive anymore. Like literally, you won't have to learn how to drive because robot cars will take you everywhere.
Right. But I mean, my response to it, I'll make it really quick. When everything's automated and people start using public transportation that's automated without a driver, how do you know you won't end up like just one of those missing electronic buses in the same way that plane got missing over Malaysia and they just got away with saying, we don't know what happened to them.
Right. You won't. Okay. There's that. What's this one?
Was 19.
Oh, and then here we're and people, it's interesting when you look at an article, the first thing people always seem to do is if you're on Twitter, they ask Grok or they ask ChatGPT, is this true? And yet you can prove time and time again, like this person did, that we're nowhere near the stages of iRobot yet. We're heading there, but we're not there yet.
1995, 30 years ago? Was 1995?
Was 1995 30 years ago? That's the question of ChatGPT.
Was 1995 30 years ago?
No.
1995 was not 30 years ago. If today, July 25th, 2025, then 30 years ago would be 1995. So yes, 1995 was 30 years ago.
Sounds like me.
You sound like foamheads the way we're laughing.
My silent voice. I make as much sense as this robot does. Then I saw another one. I don't know. It didn't show up here. It must the tab got killed, but it was a guy, and he had whatever the one is on the iPhone, or maybe it was ChatGPT. Actually, I was wrong. And he asked ChatGPT, because I guess you can change the voices, right? You can have a female or male or whatever. And he asked the woman. He asked the woman, Grok. Maybe it's Grok. He asked the woman voice, can you count to 1 million? And I swear, it was really funny. I'll have to find it for another show. She came up with all these different excuses or reasons why that's kind of silly and it'd take a lot of time and you really want me to do that. And then he did it with the male voice, and it goes, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is really funny. I thought I had seen what you're talking about, but I don't think I did see that. I saw someone else ask it. So it's funny. I wonder if the person saw the video I saw, and then they decided to try it with a man, and then they got the even more interesting video. Wow. I won't comment about my situation with those voices, because I know imagine if I said that 100 years ago, they'd think I was schizophrenic. But I'm like,
we'll have you back. We'll do it on another show. How about that? I wanted to showcase to people. This is supposedly nurses and surgeons singing praises in the operating theater while performing a challenging brain surgery on a 13-year-old girl. Okay, first off, I want to say that's very encouraging, and God bless you if they have this energy for this. But second, I want to say this. I hope that I'm wrong, because this looks, because my wife being a nurse, they would never allow a camera in an operating room, let alone the people that are here singing. Not only is it really loud, look at this. They're not completely scrubbed up. They're just in regular outfits. Okay, so for the people that are watching this at home, if you see these things on wherever you're watching, Twitter, Facebook, I don't know where you'll find these things, these uplifting videos, just understand this was all staged. This is all theater. I even doubt if there's an actual, person under here, because all you see is just a bunch of this. And they're making this kind of noise. Hand me the suture. What? I mean, come on. So this is all staged. Just want you to all know that it's out there, even in your feel-good articles, in my mind.
Yeah.
Prove
Oh,
me
yeah.
wrong.
Well, it's profitable. Feel good is always profitable, inspirational. That's why I kind of cringe when people with disabilities will kind of try to make money off of showing, like, this is, watch me get ready in the morning with my stump. And it's just like, and then click on my affiliate links.
Okay, so this one I want to play just because I think he has a point.
Okay.
Super pro-life, I get it. I agree. If you're super pro-choice, I get it. I agree. I'm right in the middle. Like, I really understand the pro-life side, because in 1946, there was a couple here in San Francisco who got pregnant. They didn't have access to an abortion. So they had that baby in June of 1947. That baby grew up to get a full-ride scholarship to USC. From there, he got drafted to the NFL, first round, first pick overall, to this day considered one of the greatest players in the history of football. And when he retired, he started acting. I'm saying I understand that pro-life side. Because if they got that abortion, we would all be robbed of all that art and entertainment that he provided. His name was O.J. Simpson, by the way. So I understand the pro-choice side, too. Yeah, because then after that, he murdered his wife. He hired a man by the name of Robert Kardashian to represent him, who achieved such fame and notoriety from the case that now all of his children are billionaires, and Kanye hates the Jews. And if we had one abortion, if we had one abortion in 1946, Bruce Jenner would still have his dick.
All right, everyone, calm down. No, I'm not on the side that it is murder. I get it. But I thought that was funny because that came about into my feed at the same time as this picture here. And I'm locked out. There we
Oh
go.
my gosh, what a trip. Can you imagine being that wife and then having to go through that? Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. How embarrassing for the mother and then also the children. It just makes me sad. But what if they told them when they were like all 5 years old, they're like, in the future, we are going to do some crazy things, but we'll be so rich.
Well, hey, we know who they are. We know by their fruits they take these deals. I would never set foot in one of these deals, but they do. That's
Imagine how much plastic surgery that took. And it doesn't even look, and he's taller than even the tall model. He's taller than her. Anyway, change the tab so I stopped saying mean things.
You know what? I'm going to go into the spiritual side. I'll cover this other stuff another day. So let's just everyone be sad about Achilles right now, so we can get into this.
Oh wow! You're really giving up a lot. You're giving up on so much.
Oh, we're good. So I thought this was interesting. Scientists had unveiled a reconstruction of what Adam, the first human, may have looked like. And it looks like Vin Diesel to me. Doesn't it?
I swear I thought that. I thought I wasn't going to say it because it didn't seem relevant, but you said it first.
So
it sure does.
Yeah. And then you got this. I thought this was perfect. So Jesus healed people without blasting them with radiation, exposing their innards and slicing them open, and going to work on them with a full snap-on tool set. Science is quite medieval and archaic in comparison. Jesus also grants eternal life, and science has a massive element field. So, having said that, that's the spiritual side I did want to discuss, is that we have to understand that we're coming at this from a position we've already won. Jesus went on the cross. He died for us. He absolved us of our sins if we accept the gift. And he took all our pain and stuff through the stripes. And so when we pray, and I highly recommend people pray, because it's something they beat out of you and make you feel either embarrassed or they make you think it doesn't do anything. But when you pray and you ask for these things, God will fulfill the prayer of a righteous prayer. If it's in his will and his laws, he'll do it. Might be in a different timeline than yours, but it's already answered. And so what I'm trying to do more and more is to come at it from that aspect. When I pray to God and ask for something, first of all, he already knew. He knew it's in my heart. He's just waiting for me to express it. It's time, and I'm praying. So then what do I do with that information once I prayed? And I look around and like a magic genie, nothing happened. That's, if you look through the stories of the Bible, that's why they're written, is that you got people like, Daniel was in jail for how long, he didn't give up, and Joseph was in jail forever and he didn't give up. And you can go through the stories, even all the stuff that happened to Job. He didn't quit. He didn't give up on his faith. And so the takeaway I'm getting is that when we pray for something, we have to take it in our mind that God heard us and he's answered it. And when Jesus healed people in the Bible, he didn't touch you and say, okay, now check back in about 6 months and it should kick in. He didn't say, okay, I've healed you, but also take this medicine and this shot and that'll, you know what I mean? He was just like, he touched you and you're healed. Sometimes he wasn't even in the room and he could heal you. Just invoking that whole idea and of his healing power. And so I'm still learning, of course, like the little thing is, I'm still learning how to do it. But what I find fascinating is I'm watching God do little blessings in front of me. And the more that I notice that, and the more that I'm grateful and thankful, that's why this is Thanksgiving and the little season, see how it all ties in. I'm learning to be more thankful and gracious and appreciative of things that are good in my life, because everyone has negative things in their life, and I do too. I have things that break my heart on family and stuff, issues that it kills me if I concentrate on it. But at the end of the day, I know that God knows what I want, and if I'm hurting, He's hurting, and so He's going to fulfill the request, but it might not be in the timeline I'm looking for. So, like those people in the Bible in the past that didn't give up and kept praying, I'm working at that to try to accept the fact that it's not time for the things that I prayed for to fulfill, but they have been fulfilled, rather than I hope one day He will fulfill it. Does that make sense? That's what I'm trying to work at.
Of course it makes sense. And it sounds good.
And while you want to say anything about it, I'm going to pull up Psalm, what was it? Psalm.
There was, there was a prayer I wanted to talk about. That was what started me contacting you and then you inviting me on the show. Other than this, well, no, I contacted you about the sun thing just to clarify that how you see the sun in certain wavelengths, but that doesn't say anything about knowing anything. It's just a visual observation that you can make that's based in real data. But the prayer thing, this is so interesting to me. I really find this interesting because I, as you know, and have observed over the years, I have a lot of compassion for kind of lost souls and people who you might call, not to be rude, but damaged, or people who have baggage or just unresolved issues. Because like you said, we're all suffering. We all go through things and we never know what kind of things led people to be in their position where we might have preconceived notions. And so schizophrenia, the first time that I saw someone talking to the wall and it really scared me was in 1992 at El Pollo Loco by Sepulveda, near where the 405 crosses the 101. You know where I'm talking about? There used to be a Denny's on the top of the building, but now it says Fox. So it's right by there. I was at that El Pollo Loco. That's how much I remember it. And she was a woman wearing all black. It's kind of funny because now I'm an old lady wearing all black. But she was looking in the corner. She was looking in the corner. And she was like, really, and talking in a very, she was really passionately talking to the wall. And all my mom said was, don't pay attention to her. She's crazy. And so anyway, my heart goes out to anyone that would be in that position, because I feel like people like you and I, we have a strong will and we have the armor of God that's protecting us from anything. This is just my belief. So I apologize if tomorrow you become schizophrenic, but I just don't think that I think we're blessed and that we don't have to worry about being overcome in that way. And other people aren't so lucky, or maybe something happens, they open themselves up. And so they are unfortunately being influenced by negative entities in this spiritual battle for our soul. And I believe that everybody's soul matters and we should try to help them. So there's a man named Jerry Marzinski who studied schizophrenia for 40 years, and he began to understand through his observations that it's not a chemical imbalance. It's not what pharmaceutical companies want you to believe, that you could just take a drug and suppress the voices. Go ahead.
Jeannie said she read we have it up here. We read his book.
Okay. So for the audience, so I spoke with him and he sent me this document, and the document that he sent me is the patterns, that you see the same patterns among all of these people who are schizophrenic. And one of those things is that Psalm 23 will make anyone who's hearing those voices cringe. And they have reported, all of them, they don't know each other. They're diagnosed with schizophrenia, but when you repeat Psalm 23, they say it's like feeling worms crawling over your body. So I thought to myself, ooh, let's go over to the Bible and see what Psalm 23 is. And it's going to be this obscure thing that I've never heard before. That's going to be like some kind of spell. And of course it is, this is when we should read it, because I thought anyone who's listening who might be affected by these forces, we should rebuke them right now and try to help these people and see if we can make a difference.
Well, it's interesting too when you think about it. When you read the Bible, he's casting out demons left and right. People that there's demonic possessions discussed throughout the Bible. Even when Jesus isn't here, the disciples are doing it, right? They never talk about this person's crazy. They say he's been full of demons or he's possessed. And so now that we're in the modern age, which is just we're dumbed down because we don't know how anything works. We're in the modern age, and no longer we don't believe in demon possession or of any of that anymore. That's what that we're in the short season. That's what Satan wants you to believe, is that there is no demonic possessions. Because if you knew you were in a spiritual battle, you could fight it, right, Rose? You could say this prayer: "The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever." Amen.
Okay. All right. First of all, don't call me Shirley. Just kidding.
Right.
This is amazing because in the Bible, you always see these clips of how many times it says, "Do not be afraid." And
Right.
so it's saying right here, fear no evil. Because when you're on team good and you're with the path that is true, which is Jesus, then you don't have to worry about it. So that's what I'm saying, is that I'm thinking to myself, and I guess this is a really important part of the show where you give your friend who's kind of some good advice, is that I feel that if I am in public, like in the French Quarter, where sometimes we write shows, there are definitely people that are under the influence of demonic entities. Am I supposed to just stay on my computer and live my life? Or do I roll out like maybe 10 feet away and recite the psalm to them? Because I feel compelled to do so, but I've also been known to put my path in dangerous situations with weirdos. So to what extent do I take this knowledge, being the person that I am, where I feel like, oh, I want to go and help people now that I've learned this? How much is appropriate to experiment with it? Or do I just apply it to my own life?
Well, here's the way I am handling those situations. Since my walk of faith with God, I've learned to trust my heart and my gut more than my mind, because everything can go into your mind and you can read things and see things, but when you trust your heart and your gut, it seems to be the right way to go. And how do I know what I should trust? I talk to God about it. And it doesn't mean I sit down and I have a whole prayer study and do the whole thing. You don't have to do that all the time. It's nice once in a while you could do, get on hands and knees kind of thing. But why can't you just have like I'm having a conversation with you? I can have that conversation with God. I obviously I don't do it in a very lackadaisical way. Like I know who I'm talking to, and I present those questions to the Holy Spirit, to Jesus, to however you present it, and then look for the answers. And it's interesting because it just happened the other day. There was a situation that was happening in my life. I don't go into too much on here, but I had a situation happen in my life where I was not sure what to do. And I prayed on it and I didn't have the answer. And so I went ahead with my own thoughts, right? Read that passage where it says, don't trust yours, trust God's. I went with my own thoughts and said, well, this is what I'm going to do today. And I got the answer probably 2 hours before I was about to do what I did. Turned out what I was about to do was wrong. And so in crunch times, when you're not going the right way, he'll let you know. But otherwise, he's going to gently guide you, because we have free will. And if he decides every decision for you their whole life, then no, that's servitude, indentured servitude. We're not built that way. He made us with free will. He's going to encourage us through either blessings or corrections to try to steer us on the right path. But that's what anyone would do with their own children. You're going to teach them not to run on the highway. You get hurt. So, anyways, we think.
There's someone in your chat who thinks they may have gone to high school with me.
Oh, really? Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Marcus. Oh, Hugh, you went to San Marcos too? It's probably true. We probably saw each other at I mean, if you went to parties like we did back in those years, we maybe I mean, I think I'm good with recognizing faces, so I might be able to recognize you too. If you want to contact me, you can anyway, we'll talk.
But talk.
San Marcos too. I mean, I played water polo, and San Marcos, I remember we would play water polo against them. So I was on the San Marcos campus at that time. So, I mean, we all looked alike, though, wearing those ugly one-piece bathing suits. But anyway, on with the show. Sorry to interrupt, but I thought that was a synchronicity.
Okay. You're having a secondary show. That's right. We'll wait. No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean, hey, it's a synchronicity. Maybe God brought us together for a reason.
Of course. I'm just giving you credit. So what do you think? I think we've got through quite a bit of it, and we did 2.5 hours. That's a good run. I think we all need to do bathroom breaks. So
okay, I'll take that as a hint. Except that I just really wanted to also read the Psalm 23 myself because I've never read it out.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, here I'll put it back up here.
Okay, and then we can really close it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't want to leave anything on the table. If you want to talk about something, that's why you're on the show. All right. And boom, you see it?
Okay. So I just wanted to say that to anyone out there who is struggling and you're down, I just want you to know that I'm especially thinking about you and praying for you. And I hope that the intent from my heart will help you when I say Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In Jesus' name.
Amen. I liked it.
Thank you so much for letting me do that because I really, really felt like I wanted to do that.
No, that's wonderful. And for people that haven't picked up a Bible, that's the wonderful thing. There's the Old Testament's history. The New Testament is listening and learning about how Jesus walked and what he taught. But in the middle there, you got Psalms and you've got Proverbs. And I'm telling you, if you're having a crappy day, you can flip open there and the Holy Spirit will guide you. And you're going to find a Psalm or a Proverb that's really going to help you and uplift you. And that's a wonderful thing about that book. So thank you for sharing that. With I don't have all the numbers memorized, but it's nice to go over ones that people have heard a lot, but also with the correct meaning in it. I bless every show, and we're going to do it right now. Dear Father, please watch over us, guide us through these times, help us and heal us. For those of us hurting and those of us that are sick, send the Comforter as you promised to take care of us and walk us through these times as we find ourselves, some of us isolated, some of us ridiculed, some of us hurting and sick. Please help us through this with love and keep love and joy in our hearts as we await the moment when we get to be with you forever. We want to enjoy our time here and be fruitful and multiply and also spread the cheer and the way, the truth, and the life through Jesus Christ, that we can have others find the same things that you've allowed us to see. And as we wait here patiently, that we can continue to have that feeling of joy and that feeling of love that only you can give us inside our hearts and minds. And we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. That's all I got. What do you think, Rose? I think we did good. I like
awesome. And Nate in the chat, Rose made it through as a guest without falling asleep, like she would on Stavely.
That's going way back, Nate. Yes.
Nice.
Where is it? This one, yeah. That's
Thank
like,
you so much, everyone. I really feel fulfilled, like I got everything off my chest, and that we covered so many cool tabs.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we did a great job, and I believe the people were entertained.
Yeah.
And,
the only thing that I said before, the only thing that is a problem about being a guest with you is that I can't rewind the joke a bunch of times. So as soon as this is over, I get to go back and find out what the joke is, since I need to watch it a couple times to get it.
Okay, you do that. And just remember, that joke was okayed by my wife because it's sort of a sexist joke.
Oh, okay.
I got approval.
Mom approved. Like the cereal. All right.
Okay. So, thank you very much. God bless you, Rose. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll do this again. But again, you bring so much to the table. I really do appreciate your friendship and your presence on screen.
Thank you, my friend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye. So now the audience, you get this.
Class is dismissed.
All right, let's do this again, God willing. Same bad time, same bad channel. Next Friday at 6 p.m. West Coast. Check your local listings. And everyone have a wonderful weekend. And thank you again. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you again soon. Good night.
I'm the satellite.
Good night.
500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat.
Satellite transfer complete.